David was exhausted. The fear was a constant companion, a ghost on his heels. He had fled from one city to the next, one lie to the next, one desperate act to the next. Now he was in the wilderness, the desolate land of Ziph, hiding in caves and strongholds. But in this place of fear, God sent him a gift, a final beautiful act of grace. Jonathan came to find him. Jonathan saw David's weariness and his fear, and he did not scold him. He did not question his faith. Instead, the Bible says he strengthened his hand in God. Jonathan reminded him of the promise, of the destiny. He said, "Do not fear, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find you. You shall be king over Israel." Jonathan, the true heir, reaffirmed the covenant one last time. It was a perfect, final act of selfless love that reminded David of the hope he had almost forgotten. But the world is a fallen place, and human loyalty is fragile. The men of Ziph, from David's own tribe, betrayed him to Saul. They led the king right to the very mountain where David was hiding. The chase was on. Saul was on one side of the mountain, David was on the other. It was a matter of minutes before David would be surrounded and captured. He was on the verge of being found. He was helpless. And then God intervened. A messenger came to Saul with a panicked report. "The Philistines have made a raid on the land." Saul, in his madness, was forced to turn back to fight the Philistines. David was saved at the last possible second. The place was named the Rock of Escape. What does this story have to say to us, the people of the New Covenant? This passage teaches us about God's providence, not his luck. It was not a coincidence that the Philistines raided at that exact moment. It was the sovereign, unseen hand of God at work, actively fighting on David's behalf. Our lives are filled with such moments. With the providential phone call, the unforeseen change in plans, or the timely intervention that we can only explain as God. God is actively working all things for our good and his glory. This story also reminds us of the power of spiritual community. Jonathan strengthened David's hand in God. He did not just say, "Don't be afraid." He said, "Do not be afraid, for the hand of Saul shall not find you." He spoke God's truth into a moment of human fear. We need friends who do not just empathize with us, but who strengthen us in God's promises. And finally, this story points us to our ultimate rock of escape. David's rock was a place of refuge from physical enemies. Our rock is a person, Jesus Christ. He is our ultimate refuge and our ultimate escape from the enemies of sin and death. We do not just trust in a providential event. We trust in the God of providence. Our security is not in a last-minute rescue, but in the one who is our eternal rock.